I'm the 48th sheriff of Pierce County, and I'm the first sheriff of Pierce County ever to be elected from outside of the office. Thank you. And the reason why that's important is because when I ran for sheriff, almost every politician in Pierce County was against me. They didn't want me to win because they wanted to keep things status quo. However, Senator Jim McEwen supported me from the very beginning. As a matter of fact, he's been telling me for years, Keith, you need to run for sheriff. Keith, you need to run for sheriff. And I told him, I don't want to run for